Hello, everybody. Welcome to Season 3, Episode 3 of TechKnow Tuesdays. I'm Kendrick Bender.
I'm Kristen Bender.
Ooh. I'm Phil Malone.
What was that reaction?
Today, we're going to talk about AI sniffers.
I'm going to talk about First Global and quantum supremacy.
I'm going to talk about Nicolas Cage, Raindrops, and my FTC team.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And we also got Microsoft Dreamwalker.
Dreamwalker.
Okay, so today we have Kristen here with us. She is a member of an FTC team. Care to tell us a little bit about yourself?
I am Kristen. I go by Queen because I am a queen. I'm on an FTC team. I'm the team captain, and I just draw a lot. Yeah, I got promoted, dude.
Captain. Nice.
So basically, I could whip their butts, but then also encourage them.
Or perhaps encourage them by whipping their butts.
There we go. That is my job now.
So how long have you been on the team, Kristen?
2 years. I've been in FTC like my whole life because you're my older brother, and it's like a soap opera.
Dun, dun, dun. Your dad is a coach.
Mm-hmm. Dad's the coach, and then my cousin is on the team, and then I have Natalie Bender, and then Lindsay and Lydia are, I think, second cousins. They're also on the team, and then are we related to Kate?
Do you have any guys on your team?
Oh, we got two.
We
got a new one. It was just like the twins, Natalie, me, and then Christian Shemaiah, just one guy. But another guy joins. Now it's Christian and Caleb, the C's.
Oh, okay.
And then all the mentors are guys. So the mentors make up for the members lacking.
I'm still having trouble processing Caleb with a C. That's sorry.
I know. I'm used to Caleb with the K. But like, Caleb with a C is not that bad.
And what team is this?
Yeah, what's the team name?
Extreme Steam. Team 13975. Yahoo!
975. All right. See how I subliminally forced you to drink some of your Coke?
How dare you? I need to savor this.
That's right. So how's your team doing?
We're doing good, especially with like a bunch of new members. Like half the team is new members. They're pretty independent, especially Caleb. Like his first practice, my dad was just kind of like, "Hey, do this," and he's like, "All right." So I didn't have to be like, "It's okay, it's fine. FTC is a little scary every now and then. If you need anything, just go ask questions. It's okay to ask stupid questions."
He just did it, eh?
Yeah, he just went for it.
Cool.
It was a nice little break.
That is good.
We have a drivetrain. We are working on our collector. I'm not sure exactly how far that is, and I know we don't.
You're
have
the captain, right?
Yeah, I'm captain.
just checking.
I know they have the servos like mounted on it. I don't think they have the hooks cut out. I think they have them traced out. Okay. I was working on the electrical mount.
Nice.
That's my favorite. Oh, I love.
You like doing electrical?
I love it because
So wielding the soldering iron and.
Well, more of just boop, boop, plug it in.
Oh, okay.
It's like easy enough that I can do it somewhat independently, and I'll just like go every now and then for like approval of yeah, that's fine, and like making sure I'm not missing anything. It's fun. I get to be independent.
So do you know where you're going to compete first? You're going to compete here, the Garrett qualifier?
Garrett, and then
Cool.
I think after that we're having 2 competitions where we're volunteering, and then. More competitions. I don't remember exactly.
Do you like volunteering?
Which ones. I've never volunteered,
Really?
honestly. Yeah.
Do you know what job you're going to get? Do you know what you volunteered for?
That was just like,
You
you
can be
guys
one of
want
those
to volunteer?
You can be one of those score people that like punch in the scores during the match.
I could.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
As long as somebody tells me to score, I get to be.
No, it's more like this. Not keyboard. That's right, you got it. That's right.
I'm sorry, I like keyboards. They're very useful.
All right.
Well, I have some, it's not FTC related, it's First related. So right now, First Global is running. So First Global, of course, is the other part of First. It is the more international part of First. And it's kind of like the first Olympics kind of thing. So one team from each country comes. So that's the cool thing. It's actually running in Dubai right now, in the United Arab Emirates. It's a hard phrase to say. Yeah, I've always wanted to go to Dubai. But yeah, I was watching some of the matches, so it's actually streaming. The website is, I think this is really clever, first.global. I don't know where that, I guess .global is a one of those endings, web endings. Yeah, but they're streaming it, and it's really pretty interesting because they used this format last time, so that it's a much bigger playing field. Is it 20 by 20 or 24? It's big. It's a big square, and it's full of these orange balls. Like one size ball is like an orange basketball, the other one is like an orange golf ball. And so they got that, and they actually play 3 robots against 3 robots, and so each alliance is 3 countries, which is pretty cool. And they're streaming it live, and they do a match, and then they play a video from one of the teams, or maybe 2 of the teams, and they play a match and they play a video. So it's pretty cool. So you're seeing the teams and you're seeing the matches. Although I think the video is a little, it's one of those ones where they go vertical, then zoom, then team, then zoom, then vertical. It's a little hard to follow. I'd much prefer them just to be facing straight down and just show me the match the whole way through.
Show it,
yeah, because it's hard to get a feel for how the match is progressing, because it's just the angles change so dramatically.
Yeah. Or but if you want to, see those extra views, do a picture-in-picture something.
Yeah, something, just so that you could see it. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of bandwidth coming out of Dubai, so they could send multiple streams if they really wanted to.
Right.
170 teams, something like that. It's pretty good.
70.
Okay.
Ooh.
170.
Oh.
Yeah, more even than a regular competition. They had 3 fields set up by the look of it. It's pretty good.
I would love to go there just to talk to people from different countries. That's one of my favorite things about FTC is whenever you go to competition, it could be a small qualifier, but there'll still be people that don't speak English, which could backfire when you're like, hey, can I ask you a few questions about your robot? What?
What? But yeah, you're right though. That is good, seeing the other cultures.
It's a lot of fun, especially when you're trying to guess what they're saying just by listening. I guess that's
it's always easier when they're talking to someone else than when they're talking to you. I don't know if you ever noticed that. When they're talking to you, your brain goes into what am I going to say mode.
For me, it's the opposite. It's easier for me to figure out what they're saying when they're talking to me. If they're talking to somebody else, they're already comfortable and they're fluent, so they're slurring words or they're rapid.
I was thinking of talking to 2 different, you and your buddy. When they talk to your buddy, they're still there's still the language barrier, but then anyway, that's what I found. It's when I would meet someone, when I was with my friends and I'd meet someone with a strong accent or something, so I could totally understand what they were saying as long as they were talking to my buddy, but as soon as they turned to me, it's my brain just disappeared. It's interesting.
I love that feeling though of not knowing what the person's saying. There's
trying to figure it out.
I forget what it's called. It's a card game called Mao. And it's kind of like Uno, and that's all they tell you is that the rules are like Uno. And you lay down a card. It's like your normal deck with jokers, kings, and queens. You lay down a card, and then you have to say a certain phrase with that card. And if you change the color and yada yada yada, and nobody tells you what these things are, you just gotta guess it. And I loved it so much.
I don't know. I think you played with a bunch of people who didn't know the rules.
Yeah, you play with a bunch of people that don't know the rules, and
Interesting.
it's fun to watch them be like. But it's also fun to be in that experience of completely confused.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't grow up learning that skill, I don't think.
So you don't know this card game?
I do not know this card game. I mean the skill in general of just diving into a whole lot of people that you don't know anything about, whatever.
So one of the topics I have is some AI sniffers, AI noses. So
is that for Voldemort? Doesn't have a nose and just boop.
Well, this might help Voldemort be able to smell. Microsoft or Google researchers started training an AI to identify smells based on the molecule structure. So they fed it a sample size just under 5,000
I can't even imagine testing this.
different molecules. So the big people that are pushing this right now are the
bomb sniffers,
perfumists.
Oh, okay, perfumists.
So they basically had just under 5,000 different scents that they fed into this AI that was analyzing the molecule structure to try and figure out how what it would smell like. And then they took another sample size, had the robot smell it and try and describe it, and it passed the test. It identified all of these new molecules that it hadn't seen before, but it was
wow,
this is what it probably smells like. And
So it was actually
humans were like,
deducing.
hey, yeah, that's what it smells
deducing
like.
the smell. Wow, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so
It's making inferences. I
yeah,
was just hearing about how hard it is to get AI to make inferences, to learn one set of data and then infer something from that.
Right.
So that's pretty clever.
yeah. So it's learning what stuff smells like, just kind of based on what the molecule is structured like, which
Wow.
I think is pretty cool.
Just see a bunch of guys, hey, let's give it this smell.
All I can think of is like, when you're on call with somebody and you're like, oh, dude, it stinks. Like, you should smell this. Like, eventually, like, just have that feature in the phone of like,
Smell of it.
smell this. You need to smell this. It reeks. Like,
really
dude, this Sheets bathroom smells so good.
Although that's going to end up being something that takes VR to the next next level.
Oh, dear me.
So,
Flying drones.
So we've already got vision. Fine, that's pretty good right now.
We're getting tactile.
We're
We
getting
talked about that.
tactile feedback. That's
The
getting
audio.
there. We got audio. So
What's left, right?
what's
Taste
left,
and smell.
Yeah, exactly.
This roller coaster.
Dude, this chocolate ice cream
Although
is
at that point,
great.
who knows? Maybe it's going too far.
Yeah, maybe.
Like two different.
I'm not sure I'd
ice
want
cream
to
roller
borrow
coaster.
someone else's sensory equipment. It's like,
What do you mean? Just put hand sanitizer on it. It tastes amazing.
But like if it could mimic sense, if you're exploring a dark, damp cave, it might smell something similar and.
I wonder
Give
what
you
kind of
that extra
sensor they
level of-
actually have to be able to tell the molecules. I mean, it's like,
Like
do
the
they feed into a
actual
gas
hardware.
chromatography? Chromatography? I don't know, one of those chromo words.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it actually did a full analysis of the molecular structure. And then, yeah, I guess they would have to do something like that. Because if they would need to be able to detect all the different kinds of molecules and stuff, they'd actually have to,
Right.
it wouldn't be like an actual nose device. It'd have to be some
What do you
technical
mean?
technical sensor. Darn Voldemort. Okay. So you mentioned Google, right? So also in the news this week, Google has claimed quantum supremacy.
Quantum supremacy.
Yes. Do you know what that is?
Nope.
I didn't either. Okay, so quantum
Good.
supremacy. So everyone's working on quantum computers right now. So quantum computers are crazy quantum mechanical computers that deal with quantum linkages and all sorts of stuff. Anyway, it's supposed to be the latest fancy computing system because it doesn't deal with on and off binary. It deals with things that have full numeric, full wide range of values and stuff. Anyway, I started doing some research. It's really complicated. But anyway, the deal with quantum supremacy is at some point you demonstrate that by using your quantum computer, you can do something much better than could be done with a conventional computer. So it's
Okay.
where quantum gets supremacy, not where Google
Right.
gets supremacy, but where quantum computer. And so I guess Google's built this quantum computer, and there's a really cool article that I'll give you the link for it.
Over
and-
my face?
up here. And so what they've claimed is that they've solved this simulation problem, and it took 200 seconds for the quantum computer to do it. And they predict that if they use the best supercomputer out now,
Dear, the prediction.
10,000 years
Whoa.
it would take to do it. So they think
Okay.
they've pretty much got supremacy there. Is what they're
that's a
saying.
little bit of
So
improvement
they did this whole thing and they did the math and they showed it all. They said we're great. At which point IBM came along and said, I don't think so. They said we think you've done your calculations a little wrong. You're assuming all sorts of stuff. We think you're off by a factor of about 1.5 million. You know? So it's like. So yeah, so
they
they
good or
say,
bad?
so they s- well, no, they're saying that the best supercomputer could probably do it in about 2.5 days, I think, or 2.5 hours or something like that. It was way different than 10,000 years, put it that way. Mainly due to because they said they made some calculation errors on storage or whatever. But it's kind of funny. So everyone now wants to have the best quantum computer, but the only way they can really prove it is by making up the comparison method between it and predicting what a regular computer would do. So now IBM and Google are going to be like, to get the best quantum computer.
Every time you say quantum computer, I just think of Quantum from BattleBots. just like your normal computer, but like it has it opens its mouth and there's a screen there.
So, yes, it could be. I think of Quantum Leap. That shows how old I am. But yeah, so interesting. Quantum computers are a thing now.
So I wonder how long it'll be till it comes to like consumer market.
Well, the deal is, it seems like, I'm not going to get this wrong, but it seems like quantum computers are really good at solving certain well-defined problems, but they're not general computing machines. It's not like you can say, hey, let's surf the web with a quantum computer. It's not going to happen. But certain things that the mathematics behind the thing you're trying to solve has got all these multiple levels of complexity and stuff, where conventional computers have to convert everything into binary, then do all the binary math. That's where the quantum computers apparently will get really, have an advantage.
Okay.
But I want to be able to load a 50-hour-long video on YouTube in 720 in 1 second.
That's right. Well, I think a lot of people would like to do that, but not with quantum computers.
I just want more power to throw at VR.
Yes. Yes, interesting. Yes.
Okay, I do have one more thing that's kind of cool. So, Microsoft Dreamwalker.
What? Ooh, dreams.
Dreamwalker.
Okay, so this is it's like a project name, code name kind of thing for a Microsoft project where they've taken a VR headset, made it completely portable, and they're doing it's kind of mixed reality, but it errs more on the side of virtual reality. So it's taking the real world and then wrapping a virtual world over top of everything, obstacles, walls, people.
So I've seen this as a video game. We saw that like a couple of years ago, right? Where they put you in a room and they'd map the real environment onto the artificial environment onto the room.
This is like that, but a bit more advanced in that they're just walking out into the world. It's not like a pre-mapped arena area. They're just going out into the streets, and it'll, map the sidewalks.
This reminds me of a TV show.
To a movie. A different texture or something like that.
If you imagine everyone's in the same world, then it's like player one. It's like what?
Yeah.
Look, all I'm thinking about is like if teenagers, like if Gen Z gets their hands on these, it's just gonna be like my aesthetic is everywhere.
Everything's
I
going to be a
want the
doodle
streets
everywhere.
to be gold.
I guess that's how you do it. So you'd put a LiDAR on it so that it can, or I guess the cameras can do it now. Stereo cameras can pick up the 3D world, and it would map its own texture on the 3D world.
Yeah.
Wow.
Everything is Nicolas Cage's face now. Like raindrops too. Just like little Nicolas Cage just falling from the sky. It's the only difference from the world whenever you put on the headset. It's just little Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, so I guess I'm
moving right along.
So I'm not, totally sure what the advantages of this are, over like I can see doing the the arena thing where it's like it's a pre-built arena. It's like an advanced laser tag almost at that point where you're running around a virtual world, but it's still cheaper for the people running it because they don't have to build all the props up and, fire.
I just think
lasers.
you could take a really ugly portion of the city and turn it really pretty so no one would realize how ugly the place they were living in was.
Oh, that sounds like a plot for like a series.
I know. Doesn't it sound good? I think it sounds familiar.
A sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
I can't help but think that that was a thing.
That was a thing at one point. Yeah, I know.
It seems
to me that but in the movie you jump into someone else's. So I'd be walking around and someone would jump into and see everything I'm doing, but that doesn't require us to change the environment. So there's one level more there that's kind of cool.
Like one person that never put on their headset, and then like another person and walking along, and he just like rips it off.
Wow. Interesting.
All right.
I can think of use for that. Wow.
Aesthetics.
Wow. No, I'm just thinking.
Advertising.
No, just imagine going to an FTC competition where there's no robots on the field, but everyone thinks there are.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm controlling my robot. Look at it go. It's hitting your robot.
Defense.
That's just one step closer to getting to the point where everybody just lives in a simulation.
Yeah.
You don't need to buy stuff because it's all just 3D
Thank you, Elon
data.
Musk.
It's just.
I'm just gonna eat these lights. Nom nom nom.
Indeed.
It's so
and
tasty.
on that note.
Does that mean we've bunny trailed just a little too far?
Yes, I think so.
All right.
So, time to go.
Yep.
say goodbye, everyone. It's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from them.
Bye.
All right.